All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Q&A live stream number 78. It is approximately 8:20 p.m. right here on the East Coast in the great state of New Jersey. Today is Monday, October 11th, 2020. And currently I am here at home just doing some stuff. So I just have to get my charger and stuff. So we'll give people a couple minutes, couple seconds to join, and we'll get started with tonight's discussions regarding retail and store closings and all that other stuff. Just getting my computer charger out as we speak. Hi, Dylan D. Jesus. How are you? I just have to get my thing plugged in. There we go. All right, it's plugged in. Okay. Hi, Mohammed Sonic Boom. How are you? How's everybody doing tonight? We'll probably do one tonight and maybe tomorrow night, depending on how things go. I haven't really been doing live streams lately, so I apologize about that. I've been busy with a lot of things. So yeah. Hello, Joe Lynch. How are you? So how's everybody doing tonight? I know this is quite a interesting times that we're living in right now, and all these major store closings. One thing I did want to say is that Century 21 on Friday updated their sales. It's now 20 to 50% off at their locations. And as a matter of fact, I have a very interesting list. I'm not doing a video on this because it doesn't affect me specifically, but there is a closing list for JCPenney that I want to show you guys. These were all the leases that were rejected. Need to figure out. They had a document. It looks like it's not clickable anymore. But I'll get you guys the document. Hello, Elevators Rock On. How are you? I gotta go through my browser history. I gotta find the link. There's a whole bunch of locations where the leases were terminated. So if you guys know any of the locations that are on the list, just let me know. I gotta figure it out because I visited a lot of different sites today. I'm just looking for that list. So give me a second, guys. I'm trying to find the list. No, that's not it. They had the whole list of the locations specifically that were rejected. No, Freehold is not one of them. Yes, I heard. So yeah, that is the big news today. So Target, yes, is opening up in the former Sears and Roebuck spot. They're taking up pretty much the whole store. So you could kiss the Armour elevator goodbye. You can kiss the Schindler MC in there goodbye because that's gonna go away. Hi, Sujosh Happy. How are you? Yeah, we got a lot of interesting department stores. Abraham and Strauss. We had Stearns, Lord and Taylor. But yeah, New York City, you got a whole bunch of interesting department stores and malls too. I mean, especially more so New Jersey, but Long Island has some pretty interesting malls too. So Yeah, it might close down the road. That is an interesting store. That was an Abraham and Strauss, the Macy's in White Plains. That was an Abraham and Strauss at one point. High Elevators of Steel City by Otis Elevator Fan. How are you? I know. It's expensive though to go there. It's like I think for the entire day, like if I were to go, I'd be like $89. Pretty good. Thanks for asking. Try to find that list. I can't. I can't seem to find that list. I'm gonna have to go through my history again. Let's see if I can find the list. There was a whole bunch of the stores. It's not going to be there. So I have to go through a lot of history. No, that's Urban Edge Properties. It's not it. Nope. Yeah, it's probably gonna be under Sunday because I looked at it yesterday, so it's probably gonna be under there. I will find this, guys. I promise. Just give me a second. Wow, a lot of history to go through. This is quite painful. Hmm. Yeah, I think it's gone. I think it's gone. Really? Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, they're opening up on the former Kmart and Wall. I did hear about that too. Hi, Nicola Solar. How are you? That's what I heard. I heard about that too. I think the other day. Someone told me the other day. Not much. Yeah, there's some interesting stuff there, and there isn't. I mean, I'm pretty close to it, so I mean, I'm like, why not? But it's okay. It's not the greatest place in the world, but I guess it's going to serve some kind of purpose. I guess with the theme park and the water park. I think he just wanted that as his YouTube name. I heard about Walmart Plus. Gallery at White Plains, no. And I would like to get to White Plains, but I have no really desire to go there at the moment. Plus, it's not as easy to get there with public transit. It's possible, but it can get expensive quickly unless you're going out there for some like really good reason. Like I'd have to have a decent reason to go all the way out there. Not all are Kones. The mole elevators are Fujitech, but any of the Kones are by the excuse me, by the theme park and the water park, and also its sugar. There's a mix of some decent elevators there. Zara's got an Otis Hydrofit. The aquarium is going to have 330As. Century's supposed to have a Schindler there, but it's not even going to open to the public, which is just absolute damn shame. It's an interesting mix. I really thought it just would have been all Kones, but Zara was an interesting install because typically Zara doesn't install Otis. I've always seen Zara go with Schindler, so it's a very interesting move, especially for that location in particular. Um, well, that would make sense. They really want to cash in on the whole COVID thing, which makes a lot of sense. But unfortunately, they're just trying to do anything. That's why they've introduced Walmart Plus. They want health clinics. They want everything. So I think my screen is just a little bit big. Yeah, see, like, I don't know why. Yeah, I just want to adjust this. Okay, there we go. There we go. My screen wasn't adjusted for a second. But yeah, so Target is coming to Yonkers. They're going to be, so the mall, the Cross County Shopping Center will be anchored by Macy's and Target. Uniqueness, yeah. But the problem is Sears is gone and Lord and Taylor's gone. So really you're just down to Macy's, J.C. Penney, Dick's Sporting Goods, and Boscov's. Lord and Taylor as a whole is going out of business, and Sears closed the store right at the height of the pandemic. You know, it's just amazing of how the Jersey City store is still standing, but it's only a matter of time before they make the announcement that Sears in Jersey City is going to close. So, yeah. Um, like I said, we got videos going up this week, so definitely stay tuned. Lots of exciting new content coming to the channel. So, you know, like I said, it should be uploading this week and next week. Depending on how things go, we might have a little bit of a break in November, and then I would go out again. It depends if there's another chain that's closing. I don't think so. That's what I thought, but I don't think so. But I don't know though. It could be closing down. Who knows? I'm trying to find that link, but it looks like they removed the link. So yeah, the Roosevelt Hotel is closing, which is another damn shame. But I got my reasons to say, but I personally don't want to say it here. I would rather not. But yeah, it's a shame. It's a lot of people out of work and out of jobs. It's depressing actually. And Century 21 at Rego Center, guess what? That's now permanently closed because Rego Center happens to fall in the what they call the red zone, and that means retail can't even open. So Century 21 at Rego Center is done because they had to close again because of the infection rate in that area was very high. So it's a shame, you know, because now think about the workers at that store. They now, you know, have to literally now look for a job and file for unemployment. So, you know, it's going to be tough for them, I think. I think anybody working at Century 21 and Lord and Taylor and even Pier 1, they're going to have a really tough time finding a new job. It's not going to be an easy battle, you know, and you're going to have a lot of competition too. So we'll see what happens though. You know, only time will tell. Um, yeah, like I said, I haven't really had time to do these Q&A live streams, but I'm trying to do them as more as possible. It's just I've been trying to get out to a lot of places, and considering that Lord and Taylor's going out of business, I'm trying to get to as many of those stores as possible. I'm in my state. I'm down to about two, the one in downtown Westfield and the one in Quaker Bridge. I'm gonna skip Scarsdale and I'm gonna skip Yonkers. I just don't have time to go there, and plus I don't have family in that area, so it makes the situation of getting there a lot more difficult. But I am going to get to the two remaining locations within the state of New Jersey at some point. Hi, I love elevators. How are you? Yeah, especially New York City. I mean, New York City with hotels got hit absolutely the hardest with hotels. The Roosevelt Hotel is closing. The Hilton Millennium in Times Square is out, and many other hotels have closed in New York City. It's very depressing. It's quite a shame, and for the hospitality industry in New York City, it's quite an economic blow that I would say. It's a shame. You know, it's a lot of people out of work and a lot of people are out of jobs, and it's just a shame. That makes sense. Diesel Ducey wants to keep his content PG. You got to remember, Reams is like the face of the elevator community. So he wants to really keep himself PG&G because we have a lot of younger members in the community, and we don't want to expose them to profanity. That's why even some of my videos have profanity. I will be restricting them to 18 or over. It's just, you know, they don't need to hear the language. And certain terms I too, they shouldn't have to hear it. So that's why I'm starting whenever they did it, so any video where I feel that it's not something that a kid under 18 should be watching. Of course, the video is going to be age restricted. So that is the rule. I went to Sunrise Mall yesterday, and Sears Auto Center is gone, and so is the third floor. Yeah, that Sears days are numbered. And speaking of that, I just heard that the Sears Auto Center in Jersey City also closed. Yeah, at Westfield Sunrise, or Sunrise Mall now. Now they freaking dropped the Westfield name. Yeah, that's going to get hard to get used to saying because there's another Sunrise Mall in California, I think. So it's hard to tell the names. Yeah, no, it's called Sunrise Mall now, or Sunrise Mall NY, if you want to be specific. Um, yeah, it amazes me that Westfield is still holding on to that property, though. It really does. Like at this point, they should just sell it and focus on South Shore. Yeah, I mean, I think it's any day that Westfield's going to let the mall go. I think it's a slow transition, but I'm glad that Westfield took their names off. What an embarrassment of a mall to buy. Ocean City, Maryland? No. Yeah, I mean, the problem with Sunrise is it lost its J.C. Penney. It's going to lose its Sears any day now. It's any day we're going to be seeing an announcement about that. And Macy's could very well close the store. And I think that's the end for Sunrise. And I think what Westfield needs to do is say, okay, we made a huge mistake acquiring this mall in 2005. Let's shift our focus to Westfield South Shore and Westfield World Trade Center, where we know that those two properties are very profitable in New York State. Take all the resources away, and honestly, I would even go as far as redeveloping Sunrise into a town center because that whole area on Long Island, it's a pretty expensive area. It's just the mall's not exactly upscale enough. So they could very well do a town center. And I think it would be really good for that area. So, but yeah, Sunrise Mall is done. Westfield South Shore, I think, still because it's a big powerhouse center, I think it still has some potential. It's just they're going to have to redevelop the Lord and Taylor space somehow, and I'm sure they will. So yeah, I'm not going back there again. I'm not going back there. Definitely not going back to Broadway, and I'm not even wasting my time with Green Acres. Scariest game I've ever played, probably Five Nights at Freddy's. No, Freehold is in a lot of trouble. Um, Even with Macy's and J.C. Penney still staying, you got Sears on the lower level, which is gone. Round one is not even happening at Freehold. Nordstrom closed at the mall, and Lord and Taylor's closing at the mall. That's in a lot of trouble. Freehold Raceway, unfortunately. Dick's is more of a sporting goods store, um, but I think they're going to somehow redevelop the Lord and Taylor building. They could very well do like a food court and a movie theater. I think that would be ideal, especially for how big that spot is. But who knows? Westfield could have a few tricks up their sleeves. And I would think they're going to want to do something with that mall because that's their second most profitable mall in New York State. So, yeah, no, I don't want to go to Green Acres. It's nothing special. Walt Whitman is interesting. Smith Haven's pretty interesting, except it doesn't have a freaking Sears anymore. Um, South Shore is interesting, and that's about it really on Long Island. Danbury Fair Mall? No. Actually, because Danbury Fair Mall is literally the cousin to Freehold Raceway. Let me see. It's still gonna have a Dick's, a J.C. Penney, and a Macy's, so it should be okay. And it's still a pretty decent mall, so I think it's gonna be good for now. I'm not surprised. Yeah, that's a shame. Yeah, Ross Park. That's the only other Nordstrom's in Pennsylvania. Yeah, Ross Park Mall and King of Prussia, which both are on each sides of the state, which is amazing. And they're both within two metropolitan areas. Yeah, Roosevelt Field is interesting. I've been meaning to visit there, but I'm waiting till like a big ticket store is closing. Then I'll make the trip and the effort to go there. I'm talking like a Nordstrom or a Bloomingdale's or even an Neiman Marcus would have to close. Then I could consider going there. West Farms, that mall is a very close cousin to the mall at Short Hills. Not so much Stanford Town Center, but that mall is a very close cousin to Short Hills. The only difference is that mall is a little bit more like Garden State, where Short Hills is a little bit more like the Americana Manhasset, except instead of having stores outside, it's all inside in an enclosed shopping mall structure. Um, but yeah, West Farms is an interesting mall, except now they're losing to Lord and Taylor, but they still got a Nordstrom, so yeah, they're good for now. But yeah, Freehold is in trouble. Sorry to say, Garden State Elevators. Monmouth is in trouble too, but who know? I heard the development plans were scaled back, so who knows? Maybe Monmouth could be the better mall over Freehold down the road. 10 minutes away. Yeah, ideally, I would only go there if another store, this enough anchor store, decided to pull the plug at that mall. Broadway Commons is sad too. That's another depressing mall. As much as I love to, as much as I hate to say that, yeah, I mean it lost to Macy's. I'm sure H&M is going to close that store. Yeah, Broadway Commons is one of those malls that's in a lot of trouble. The only thing that's keeping that structure alive is literally the Target and the IKEA. Otherwise, that the interior of the stores may as well just close. Deptford? No, I don't think Deptford's in trouble. It's far enough away from Cherry Hill where you could still go there. Because Deptford has Macy's, JCPenney, and Boscov's, and it's far enough away from Cherry Hill, so no, that mall's fine. Is Menlo Park doing any good? Yeah, Menlo Park is fine. It's got a Macy's and it's got a Nordstrom, and it's far enough away from Short Hills. Yeah, Menlo Park is fine, and you got all the people that come from Staten Island there. So yeah, Menlo Park is fine. That mall's not in trouble. I know, and I took the opportunity the best way I could. Those things ran beautifully from not 1956. They don't make them like that anymore, which is a shame. But I'm so glad I went when I went because that was worth it. Hi, Ultra Eric. How are you? Do you think Primark will enter Long Island, New York area one day, like opening a store in Garden City and Roosevelt Field and Lake Grove at Smith Haven? Yes, but post pandemic, I think. I don't think any store's looking to open doors right now unless you're Target or Walmart. Um, I do think Primark has an ideal opportunity to take over the spot that Century 21 was supposed to be in, and they can take over the Sears at Smith Haven. I think Primark has two beautiful opportunities waiting for them. I think they should take over what was supposed to be Century 21 in the former Bloomingdale's Furniture Gallery, and they can take over Smith Haven. They could take over the Sears, or they could go for the J.C. Penney. But I think they're going to want to go for the Sears. So I think Primark has a beautiful opportunity to enter Long Island. Roosevelt Field, they can get a presence, and they can get a presence at Smith Haven. So I think Primark is just waiting post pandemic. So that's still not bad. I mean, look, we're going to have a little bit of an uptick in the fall in regards to the virus, but I think it's going to be quick. We've learned a lot more about this disease than we did in the spring. But I think it's going to be a quick spike and then we're going to come back down. So that's what I see it as. That's good. That's good. No new deaths. That's really good actually. But I'm not really talking about coronavirus anymore because it gets boring and I don't really want to talk about it. It's not really like a topic on here for now, but it could change. Who knows? Adventure Malls is successful. Yes, it is. That's a successful mall. No, not necessarily. But I think now Primark has a great opportunity. Hi, how are you? Esterella Garcia. Dataland Mall lost Nordstrom. Interesting. Wow, you guys are asking a lot of good questions. So it was the outlet, and I think it's closed since then. I do, but I don't know. I don't know if it's true. There hasn't been any articles on it yet. So I'm waiting for the article to come out, and then I will gladly do a video on it. But I did hear about that. So let's check my phone real quick. Okay. Buy elevators of Otis. Still see elevator fan. Thoughts on Sloatsburg Service Plaza? It gets the job done, I guess. It's really just a place to stop, use the bathroom, and get some food. So yeah, that's a decent RT. I think that's a decent Schindler RT. I rode it last year. I typically I go apple picking up there, and it's one of the places on the way up on the Interstate 87. So yeah. Will any of the rest of Sears and Kmart stores plan to close down? Not sure yet. I'm just waiting at this point on statements or Sears postings on jobs.sears.com, and then I'll make a video about it. I don't know. Maybe there's a misconnection. Who knows? Adventure Inn Hotel. No, I have not heard of that hotel. So, what I was going to say is, yeah, I want to show you guys Century 21's website quick before we go ahead and I want to share my screen real quick. Okay, guys, I have to quit real quick. Okay. All right. Yeah, I wanted to show you guys Century 21 real quick. Sorry, it's this thing where you have to quit the browser and then enter it if certain things. All right, let's go ahead and share the screen real quick. So this is the status on Century 21's liquidation sale. Most items now are about 20 to 50% off. Any Century 21 gift cards anybody has, those gift cards have officially deactivated, which means you can no longer use them. We'll go to stores and events real quick. Press OK. But yeah, this is the status of the Century 21 liquidation sale. Go to store events. So a couple locations have already permanently closed. The Sawgrass Mills has permanently closed, which is the only one in Florida. So Century 21 no longer has a store in Florida. A couple of stores in the area have already closed. The Mills at Jersey Gardens is permanently closed, which means the only two locations operating left in New Jersey are in downtown Morristown and the Alice at Bergentown Center in Paramus, New Jersey. The Lincoln Square location has also permanently closed. And finally, unfortunately, due to new COVID-19 restrictions in a hotspot in Queens, we have unfortunately lost the Rego Park location. So those are the 4 locations that have closed permanently. At this point, only Westbury, Green Acres, Brooklyn, Bay Ridge, Staten Island, I believe, permanently closed too. Morristown, Paramus, Cross County at Yonkers, and Philadelphia are the 10 remaining Century 21s left operating. So it's quite sad. Again, like I said, a lot of people that are out of jobs and now have to look for new work opportunities during a global pandemic. Uncertain times, guys. Certainly uncertain times. Did not. No. No. So the problem with Century 21 was there was an insurance company problem where Century 21 was supposed to pay a $175 million deficit, and the insurance company turned their back on them at a critical time for retailers, which unfortunately gave Century 21 no choice but to pretty much cease operation and liquidate, just like Lord & Taylor. And believe it or not, Century 21 is using the same liquidation company as Lord & Taylor. You could see it too on my videos where you'll see the websites laid out in a very similar way. So I believe Hilco is liquidating both Century 21 and Lord & Taylor. And by the way, both are selling rugs too. So it's definitely the same company liquidating both department stores. The only difference is Century 21 is a discount department store. Lord & Taylor is a full-line department store. No, I've not heard of the Adventure Inn Hotel. They tried, and then they couldn't redevelop the mall. Interesting. I don't think I'm going down there right now. I'm not surprised. It did not. Well, look, they were doing well, and they were about to open up American Dream. And then, of course, American Dream was supposed to open. I mean, this Century 21 at American Dream Meadowlands was ready to go to open up March 19th. But 3 days before, every mall in New Jersey was required to close. So American Dream was no exception. And unfortunately, after that, American Dream did finally open, but it didn't open until October 1st. So because they opened October 1st, Century 21 back in September already filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and now they're in the process of closing all their stores and have already closed 4 locations in total. 3 of them closed because they were able to liquidate the stuff quickly, and one of them unfortunately just closed this Friday due to certain new COVID-19 restrictions in what New York State likes to call red zones. And red zones mean that they're hotspots, and that means that all non-essential retailers have to close, offices cannot operate, schools must be remote, and all indoor and outdoor dining is closed, and meaning restaurants can only open for takeout or delivery. It's quite a lot of restrictions. But I guess they want to curb the spread. And, it's a shame for the Century 21 workers at Rego Park that literally these new restrictions are causing them to lose their job. You see how everything has a ripple effect. It's just a shame that these people now have to file for unemployment with the state of New York, and they now have to find a new job. It's not an easy road for some people. Nah, they wanted Roosevelt Field, and now they're not going to even be in there because of the pandemic. But I think Primark now has an excellent opportunity. So I think so. And I think according to the NJ Warren notice, let me see how many people were supposed to work there, because that should give me an idea of how many people were supposed to be working at that store. Let's see. At American Dream, they hired 70 people for that store. I'll put it in the chat. Yes, it is. Because now, guess what? Those 70 people, they got to now apply for a new job. Thoughts on Jared Chambers, PA Elevators? I think I am. He's near Pittsburgh, I believe. He's decent. It probably will at this point. I mean, it's near a lot. I think the location of that one is near a lot of used car dealerships. So yeah, they're most likely going to knock that building down. Same thing with the fate of Lord and Taylor in downtown Westfield, unfortunately. And let me tell you, that building has some beautiful architecture. So I'm trying my absolute heart to go down there and definitely try and get like a store tour, because that opened up in 1963 as a Hain and Company, and that was the store that saved Hanes. And Hanes really, for some reason, well, Hanes loved two locations. They weren't big on Livingston, but they still made it a pretty decent one. Bridgewater and downtown Westfield. Those were their two favorites. Rockaway, not so much. They didn't really pay attention to Rockaway, but Bridgewater was a big one for them, and I think Westfield was a big one for them. Those were the two best ones. And so far, I've been to Bridgewater, but I'm working hard to try and get to Westfield. Yeah. Yes, I've heard of Josh Kraber 9000. Yeah, he's cool. I think he's sub to me. I'm not sure though. Um, because you guys are really asking a lot of good questions tonight. Maybe we're gonna try and do one there. What do you think would fill the void? There's already a TJ Maxx in Lyndhurst. Marshalls already has a store in East Rutherford, so no, I don't think Marshalls is looking to leave Liberty Commons, but they could. It is a destination shopping mall because you got Macy's, you got Bloomingdale's, you got Nordstrom, you got Neiman Marcus, you got a bunch of restaurants, a small little movie theater. You got a couple of other things there too. So I don't know what video that's from. It's tilting. I'm getting out. I don't know what video that is. Kohl's already has a location in Secaucus. TJ Maxx, no. No. TJ Maxx, Lyndhurst, and Secaucus. Nope. And Kohl's, Secaucus, and Clifton. Where'd you go this weekend? Yes, Toys R Us is still open there, but probably not for long. No, because I could have seen a ThyssenKrupp Aurora at Borders and Freehold. I wasn't about to go down there for a ThyssenKrupp. Something big would have to close. I was thinking about it, but I'm like, I don't really want to go down there just yet. And then it's like, I might just skip it. So I did. I should have. You're right, but it's only a ThyssenKrupp Aurora, and I've been on plenty of them. Yeah, I'm planning on going to Quaker Bridge, I think this weekend or towards the end of this week. I'm looking at that. The mall at the source. Yes, that was in Westbury. This that had a Fortune off. It had a Saks off Fifth. It had a Nordstrom Rack. It had the only Lord and Taylor. Yeah, Lord and Taylor had two very weird outlet concepts. They had Lord and Taylor outlet, and then they had Find It at Lord and Taylor. Both have failed, and now Lord and Taylor as a company is going out. So unfortunately, Lord and Taylor suffered from bad leadership. As much as I hate to say that, yeah, it lost its Macy's, which I tried to get to, but I wasn't able to get to. So it's fine. Not the worst thing in the world, actually. Cool. I'm not going there for the MT though. That I'm not sure. I do too. Fortunoff was a furniture store. So, but yeah. Oh, yeah. I've seen them. Yeah. So, but, oh. You guys have any more questions? Yeah. Palisades is in jeopardy, but it has plenty of entertainment places, but who knows what's going to happen with Palisades. I would say Nanuet's more so in trouble than Palisades. The reason I say that is because it lost its Macy's, it lost its Sears, it lost a Fairway, it lost Finburger, and now Regal Cinemas is temporarily closing. Nanuet will be the first to go if that were to happen. So yeah, I did notice. Um, yeah, so there's a lot of people here. Wow. Yeah, I think so too. No, I don't want to move to New Rochelle, New York. Definitely not. I have no desire to go to Westchester County. I can't remember. I think they're in Roosevelt Field, but I'm not sure. Let me see where they are. Oh, they are at the that other mall, the gallery at Westbury Plaza. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, I don't really drive down Old Country Road that much. This whole Old Country Road thing isn't as impressive as Route 17 in Paramus. I'll say that much. So, Planet Fitness is reopened. Gyms are allowed to open in Jersey. Yeah, most likely. But anyways, I think we're gonna. Which apparently so. Anyways, I think we're gonna wrap it up here for tonight. It's been a real joy of. Yeah, I know he has quite the mouth. But it's interesting sometimes. So Anyways, I think we're gonna stop here for tonight. I'm kind of tired and I got to do stuff tomorrow. So, anyways, guys, thanks for watching Q&A live stream number 78, and we'll see you next time. That's it.